Hello, dynamic stars. How are you? Little nasal today. I think I have the beginnings of the lovely spring thing. Allergies. Azurite 22 coming to you, as always, to bring your intuition to the fore, to bring you more into your life. Buds are budding over here already. And I woke up like this. When you're sensitive, you're sensitive. That's all you can say, right? I don't want to do a lot of incense smoke, so I'm just going to do some smudge today. You know, I love my incense to cleanse our space, cleanse the cards. Today we are going to do a reading, a weekly reading from, suggested by one of you beautiful dynamic stars. She has been with me for years, a long-time follower. Her name is Shaybird. Thank you, Shay, for this beautiful message that we're about to bring forth. Our weekly reading is all about, and I wrote it down to make sure I got it right, shadow work with a focus on self-love. We're going to do 3 piles. We're going to do mirror work, we're going to do positive affirmations, and inner child work. Smudging our cards a little bit more. And I like to use my smudge all the way down, as far down as I can get it. I hope your week has been beautiful. I hope this new moon is going well for you. The new moon in Pisces today. It came in at, I do believe, 5:57 a.m. My time now is a bit after 8, like half after 8. So I'm up early bringing you this message. So we're going to start with the 3 cards, which is mirror work first. Let's take a moment. I have several decks here. Do you want to see? Let's see if I can turn this around. These are all the decks that we will be looking at, and I have more. Just gave you a quick view of all of the decks, and I have more that I could pull out. I could use the energy oracle. I could also use some affirmation cards I have. I think I'm going to go with Keepers of the Light for the main read. I think I have too many things on this desk. But it is okay. All of these crystals have a purpose and a reason for being here. Sorry, everyone. I want to make sure I have some area to put the cards. Peaceful. All right, I've made a space. You're choosing the piles for shadow work focused on self-love. 3 different areas: mirror work, positive affirmation, and inner child work. Mirror work will be pile 1. Positive affirmations will be pile 2. Inner child will be pile 3. So for pile 1, mirror work, let us shuffle. Let me shuffle the other way. These are thicker cards. Pile 1, mirror work for those who are choosing pile 1. Shadow work with a focus on self-love. What is their message? Right there on top. For those who will choose pile 2, shadow work with a focus on self-love. What will be their card? Shadow work focused on self-love. For this week, pile 2, that one there. And pile 3, for those who are choosing pile 3, with the focus on shadow work towards self-love, right on top. Okay, so let us put this right here. Okay, for those of you who chose pile 1, which is going to be mirror work, Kalima, facing fear, pile 1. For those of you who chose pile 2, which is positive affirmations, Horus, cosmic gateway, also known as Heru in the Kemetic tradition, Shango in the Yoruba tradition. For those of you who chose pile 3, which is inner child work, that is Gaia, earth, consciousness, and connection. For those of you who like to pick with crystals, let's just go. We're going to go with the red Carnelian for Kalima. We're going to go with, this lovely piece here for pile 2. And then for pile 3, we're going to go with rose quartz. Hello again, we're back. You saw the piles, Kalima, facing fear, pile 1, which is mirror work. Horus, cosmic gateway, pile 2, which is, I do believe, the green Aventurine. Pile 3, rose quartz, Gaia, earth connection. So if you haven't been here before, never done any kind of pick a card reading, what we're doing is for each pile, you can choose one pile, you can choose all piles, whatever your intuition guides you to do. Pick one of these piles that you feel you connect with the image, the crystal, the energy of what we just did prior to selecting them. If any of that pings you, if you feel like if you're drawn to any one of these piles, that is the pile for you. And you can go straight to your pile after this introduction by going to the description box below. There'll be timestamps and you can click the timestamp for the pile of your choice. I was told that my supervisor needed to be spoken to because I didn't give that introduction. So you know who you are. This is for you. I will see you at your piles. Love and light. This is a weekly read for what you need to bring forth self-love in yourself for this week. And this is going to pair very well with the new moon reading that I did on Friday, which is the latest post, the one just before this one, so that you can use these two in conjunction with each other to help you move forward, because this is a wish fulfillment new moon. Not all new moons are this powerful. So even if you're not watching this video when this is done, whenever you see this video, your energies are at their highest and you can use your intuition. You can tap into your spiritual family to help push you along. You are getting cosmic guidance, cosmic nudges to help you move forward with all of the things that you want, because that is the energy of this new moon in Pisces that we're experiencing today. This is being filmed on the new moon in this energy. So this is extremely important and powerful for all of us to tap into and to work on, because what we put forth today is going to reap us benefits for several months, 4 or 5 months from now. We're laying the foundation for the rest or the majority of 2024 when this is being filmed. Again, if you are seeing this after it's filmed, months, years later, decades later, you are in that same kind of energy, and you can utilize all of your resources, both tangible and intangible, to move towards what you want. So, without further ado, we're going to go into the reading, and I will see you at your piles. Bye-bye. For those of you who chose pile 1, Kali Ma, facing fear, with the red carnelian. This is your pile. The focus for this reading is shadow work, self-love, and mirror work. First and foremost, Kali Ma. Look at what's around her neck. Yes, skulls. She is the deity of spiritual changes, major spiritual changes. And this is your chance to soar. That is what it says. When I look at this card and see all of these beautiful blooms and her third eye, do you see her third eye? It is wide open. You see that? How do you get your third eye to be wide open? What are you doing to assist in that process? In the mirror, because your focus is mirror work, I want you to have a candle. If you can have a red candle, if you can have a black candle to absorb all of the things that are being released, you can do that as well, whichever you resonate with. If you want a white candle, you can use that as well, whatever you resonate with, red, black, or white. If you have had exceedingly challenging situations, you might want to hold a black candle to help pull all of the things out of you so that you can have some release. While looking in the mirror, I want you to ask Kali Ma, or the deity, the energy that you work with, to pull and release all of the things that are no longer needed and necessary in your life, that no longer serve you. You are open to release. You are open to letting go of those things that you may have at one time wanted desperately, thought it was a part of you, but is no longer. And it's challenging for many of us to release things that are dear to us. But Kali Ma is asking us to face our fears, to release those things, or to at least shine the light on them at first, of all of the things that are disturbing you, that are creating holes in your aura, holes in, holes deep within your soul. And those holes are where the problems come in. By looking in the mirror with this candle at your third eye, you ask Kali Ma to fill in, close up those psychic wounds, because that's what they are. Carnelian is a stone that aids those in low confidence, courage, and personal power. It greatly helps those peaceful souls who wish for good things but are unable to find the path within them. encouraging them to stop waiting and begin to lead their experiences as forces for divine will. And that's a major piece here. With this, you must use your will. You must use your will to face your fears. I want to read the book, Kalima. This is a time when you are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it. Fear is just energy, and energy can be changed. This can be an intense experience because the human self is so conditioned that it may be used to operating with fear present. When the fear is gone, it may feel as though an emptiness is there, but this is space for love and miracles to enter. You are being filled with the courage of spirit now so that you can move from this phase of your life to the next. Trust the process and call Kalima to help you release your fear and step into a space that's strong, focused, and courageous. Dynamic stars who chose pile 1, this is a call to action for you. Look in that mirror. I would suggest you do this during the day, not during the nighttime, so that you can clearly look deep into your eyes, because that's the other thing. After you finish the candle work, you could put the candle down safely. Make sure you have a container to place it in. Snuff it out. Don't blow it out. Snuff it out. Place it down and now stare at yourself in the mirror. Stare into your own eyes so that you can see yourself, that you can reflect upon what you see in yourself. Ask Kalima or the deity, goddess that you work with, to show you the things that you have been avoiding because of fear, hesitation, trepidation, anxiety, whatever the emotion is, because it is now time to move into what it is you want. You cannot get your wishes if you have all of these internal blockages, these internal holes or spaces that are allowing negativity or things that are not in your best interest in. And they are unknown to you because you've pushed them to a place where you don't even deal with it. You want to ask, bring forth the things that I have hidden from myself. Kalima is that force of coming to the light, of bringing things upward to the surface so that you can see it. In this case, in this instance, she has an aspect of death around her. She is the one that focuses and brings the dead to the cemetery and is there with them. In your case, you are bringing your unusable things and leaving them there at Kalima's feet, at the feet of the god, the goddess that you work with. Let's pull crystal card. Every time you pass the mirror, look into your eyes and say, I love you. I love you. You are amazing. Everything you do is an improvement, is a blessing to you as you move forward. And I love that the birds just passed by. Smoky quartz. Are your emotions blocked? Are emotions preventing you from moving forward? Embrace your feelings, both positive and negative. Release anger and resentment. Watch your emotions be transformed into one that frees you to live and love freely. Smoky quartz. Angel of transformation. You have the same theme. I am free of emotional baggage. Angel of transformation. I am free of emotional baggage. Like a butterfly that has emerged from a cocoon, I now enjoy a state of emotional balance. I fully appreciate this transformation and continue to allow my feelings to make themselves known to me. Why is it I'm getting the sense that not necessarily in your childhood, but more recently, it feels like there was a great disappointment maybe 2 months ago, and you never fully recovered from it. And that is the current thing that is poking you and allowing you to wallow in all that you are wallowing in. And of course, I feel like pulling a crystal card for you. Amber. Actually fossilized tree sap, and not technically a stone. Amber has been on Mother Earth for thousands of years. Its warm, fiery color brings on feelings of peacefulness and inner warmth. It has a grounding energy that helps you look inward. So you having some amber, or even looking at the image of amber, will help you to connect with that, to ground you, so that you have the inner fortitude to look within. And it's interesting that so far 2 of your 3 cards and the crystal have that warm reddish glow to it. So I would really, really want you to focus on, hold on, let me get the right chakra. I would really want you to focus on the root chakra. Okay? That is where all of this red is coming in for your grounding, for your very safety. Root chakra, symbolized by a lotus with 4 petals and the color red. Key issues involve sexuality, lust, and obsession. Physically, this chakra governs sexuality. Mentally, it governs stability. Emotionally, it governs sensuality. And spiritually, it governs a sense of security. The chakra forms the foundation of the survival instinct. So, Spirit, God, angels are already telling us that your root chakra needs to be shored up, needs to be, given more love. So the next thing that I would work on for you is get a red candle and literally by your chakra, root chakra, just put the candle there so that you are bringing in the light and asking Kalima, your spiritual family, to literally clean and cleanse and lighten, to remove the things that you have pulled in and has caused damage to your root chakra. We're going to pull one more card, and then we will get any final messages. For those who chose pile 1, mirror work, I'm telling you, you must be in the mirror at least 3-4 times a day saying, I love you. That's going to be the biggest thing. I care for you. I deserve all of the best things in life. I deserve to get this promotion. I deserve to enjoy this relationship. I deserve to release this relationship because it is not for my best interest. I deserve to have someone who loves me for me and not the things that I give them. I deserve whatever your spirit brings to you. This is what you say to yourself, staring yourself in the eyes in the mirror. Pile 1, life force, Aphrodite. Again, here we go with the reddish colors. Your life force needs to be bolstered. You are feeling in the doldrums very, very low energy. This card is 45. For me, that 9 is just a step before completion. This is the last thing that you need to do in order to really move smoothly and beautifully through this new moon with all of these energies helping you. Write down a list of all of the things that you loved when you were younger, all of the things that brought you joy. Maybe not even when you were younger, but even now. Look for those things, write them down, remember them, and start looking at Are they doable? Are they possible? Is this something that in some way I can incorporate in my life right now? Because by doing things that you enjoy, this is going to increase and raise your life force so that you are able to feel the joyful emotions, the lighter emotions. So this is your reading. I hope you did enjoy this, and I ask you to take a look at my online course, How to Connect with Spirits with Your Guardian Angels. The link will be below. I do believe this is going to be of great help and assistance to you. It is literally from soups to nuts, starts at the beginning so that you don't have to worry. This is literally all about setting up your space, learning how to connect with them, learning how to find an area in your home, in your space, even if you live with others, to help you to connect. This course has it all. It is a self-guided course, and I do hope you take a look. All right? You can join in and see the first video absolutely for free to get a sense of what it is like. I will see you hopefully soon in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, dynamic stars. How are you? For those of you who chose pile 2, Horus, Cosmic Gateway, with the green Aventurine in raw form. This reading is shadow work towards self-love. And the focus of this is positive affirmations. My notes are over here. Just taking a second to consider. I love that Horus is a hawk. He's a seated hawk. He's got this beautiful aura ring around him that is unbroken. Do you see the wajet there? That is a symbol of protection, and also always watching, always protecting self. And that's not self-protecting self. That is spirit, God, all that is protecting you. This is a bird of prey that can fly high above, and as such be able to see very clearly what's on the ground, right? So automatically the imagery of Horus is they have great height. They have a great ability to see what is happening. And because you're able to see what is happening, you can, maybe you won't see the whole thing because you're looking at a specific area from on high, but you are able to drill down and see what you need because they go to great heights to see their prey and dive and get it, right? This is what Spirit is saying for you. You need to rise above where you are right now in your spirit to be able to see the things that you say to yourself, since this is about positive affirmations that are actually creating damage. And you need to swoop down, grab it up, and in this case, instead of eating it, throwing it away, because it's no longer useful for you. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring, but they cannot occur if you are not being analytical, not being fastidious in tracking and rooting them out. So if you're moving along your day and you're like, oh gosh, you're so stupid. Right there, right there. No, I am not stupid. In this moment, I just stubbed my toe and I got a little bit of an emotion rise, so I'm upset about something. I'm not stupid. I am brilliant. Let's see, how can we handle this situation? This is what we have to do. We have to get in there and start inserting other thoughts. You cannot go on with this automatic thinking that, you're used to. Oh yeah, I'm just this. I'm fat, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I never do anything right. Why does this always happen to me? Oh my goodness, they got it. What's wrong? I'm better than they are. All of these thoughts, these are negative thoughts. And the more you think them automatically without catching them, the bigger you create whatever the obstacle is, because thoughts are things. So for positive affirmations, it is not just saying things to yourself, going online and pulling a bunch of stuff off and just saying it to yourself. Yes, that's one part. But the first part is watching yourself day to day and catching the things that you're saying about yourself in your head that you don't even pay attention to. You're just going on with your day. You've got to catch it. So if you're sitting there and you're typing or you're working with others in the project and, somebody does something, you thought it was a great idea. Damn, why didn't I think of that? What's wrong with you? Why are you so slow? Right there. At this moment in time, that wasn't for me to say. There are other things for me to say. We haven't gotten there yet. I will be ready for the next thing as I am becoming more aware of myself and my potential. I am going to achieve my potential because I am now becoming self-aware. These are things that you start with yourself in your mind. And you can say them the way you say them, but you have to know that you've got to watch it. What is happening? What are all these thoughts? And some of these thoughts are not even your own. Some of these thoughts are from the other minds around you, and they're just floating into your head and you're accepting them. With this card, Heru is the center. Heru is the heart. Heru is the will. Horus is telling you, it stops here with me. I am the gateway. I am the gate. That means nothing gets past here. The buck stops here. And that's what you have to do with the thinking and the thoughts. You have to stop them, shift them. Even if you can't say the opposite because it doesn't feel right, you say something as close to or moving away from what you thought. Straight up negative things, I am stupid, negate that. As soon as you hear yourself, I am, stop it. Just cut it. Take a breath. Yeah, okay, I could have done that a little differently. I could have. What else could I have done? And that's the door opening. And after a while, you're not going to have those automatic thoughts because you're on it. Your will is there watching. That eye, that all-seeing eye, that Wajet is there. Just focused to catch it. Let's get you another card. Let us go with, for you, we're going with the Energy Oracle. Got cards. I didn't know what I would need, so I said, let me put out a bunch of cards and then I will let Spirit guide me. For those who chose Pile 2, Shadow Work, Self-Love for Positive Affirmation. What else? What else? What is another message for them? Anxiety. What are you anxious about? And I love this again. You have 18, which turns into 9. You are also, because Pile 1 had a 9 in their deck as well, you are one step away from completely nipping this thing and getting it out of your way. All right, so these constant thoughts, these recurring spiraling thoughts are giving you anxiety. They are creating a life that you do not want. Do you see that? I want you to understand that that does not have to be your life. You have to allow yourself to come out of that. Do you see the lightning back there? Right there? That lightning is Shango. We need to look at the lightning, the brightness that is streaking through the darkness, and cleave to that instead of our own emotions. And if you notice, we've got the red energy in there as well. This red energy here is going to our root chakra. You might want to listen to pile 1 as well, if you still feel drawn. I'm going to read you root chakra. Symbolized by a lotus with 4 petals and the color red, key issues involve sexuality, lust, and obsession. Physically, this chakra governs sexuality. Mentally, it governs stability. Emotionally, it governs sensuality and spirituality. It governs a sense of security. The chakra forms the foundation of the survival instinct. The harmonious aspect is uncomplicated connection to all physical things. Disharmonious, overemphasis on all material things. You can use cedar to help you with this, to help you connect with the energy of the root chakra. Think about that. You're anxious about all of the material things, right? Maybe that's why you're constantly going through and, okay, did I do this right? Did I do that right? Because I got to pay this bill. I got to pay that bill. I have this responsibility. I have that responsibility. This family member needs this, and I promised that I was going to help them, and so on and so on and so on and so forth. You are interconnected in a web of relationships, which is a beautiful thing, but you have lost the balance with yourself. And hence, all of these thoughts that are constantly going, you cannot slow down because you feel like you just have so much on you and you just got to run with that ball all the time. You have to give yourself space. Spirit is showing me that within all of this beautiful social harmony that you have, there's disharmony because you're out of balance. Because there is a relationship between Horus, and Ma'at in the Kemetic tradition, where when you are out of balance, no matter how good your intentions are, it is still not for your benefit and it will fall. And look at that beautiful bright blue sky that just came out as we spoke about that, confirming that when you have this reading, you must tie in Ma'at principle, which is the 11 laws of Ma'at. Really focus on getting yourself together and understanding your spiritual grounding. Because once you understand that, you are going to be able to now let the people around you know what your limitations are, what your boundaries are. And this way, you're not constantly berating yourself mentally through your thoughts about why you didn't do this, because you will now understand each place for each thing in your life. Let's pull another card for you. It's like your head is on fire. You have to cool your head. And cooling the head could be as simple as you can put a cool white cloth on your head. You can sprinkle a little bit of mineral oil that's soaked in basil. You could put basil leaves in mineral oil or olive oil, whichever oil you have closest to you. Olive oil would be best. Let it sit there for a few days and put that basil oil all on your forehead, the back of your neck, the top of your crown, so that you can have that coolness, that clarity. Pile 2, positive intentions. Purpose, master teacher, exactly what we were talking about. Or tangential to what we were talking about. When you have Ma'at here, Ma'at is the bigger picture. While Horus is able to fly high to understand and see so that he can pick things, get his prey, Ma'at is at an even higher level where she can see everything, so she can see the master plan, so that she understands exactly where everything is. Because while Heru might see a prey and get it, Ma'at might see that prey is not the appropriate one because there's no more prey in that area. So if Heru goes for that one, it will deplete that whole section, and that section will have no more of that particular thing. That is the difference in the levels between Horus, Heru, and Ma'at. So what this card is telling us is we need to begin looking at our lives to the best of our ability at that higher level, so that we understand the purpose, we understand the causation of things, so that we can begin moving in alignment with spirit. And the very fact that you have this, you are going to gain assistance from both Horus and Ma'at to help you understand how to put things in place. Maybe you need to focus on getting sleep, at least 6 hours of sleep a night, because many of you are probably not even getting that much. If you're already getting 8 hours, maybe you need 10 hours because your particular body needs more. Maybe you are depleted, which is why we got this sense of the root chakra here, right? Remember all of this red? Maybe you need to focus on the physical body in order to bolster it, to strengthen it some more, so that you have the gumption to do things, because part of it is low energy. Heru must have energy. The exercise, because Heru is about exercise, the breathing, and that will get rid of, the exercise will get rid of the anxiety, because it is well known that exercise helps to release endorphins and bring more oxygen into the body. Making sense? All right, I'm feeling like being drawn to an animal tarot. Definitely going to have to read the book on this. As you know, I don't really do tarot, but I love this deck. For those of you who chose pile 2, positive affirmations. What is your message? Whale, the all-encompassing, which is 21, which is a major arcana. I know the light is coming in now. Do you see this? Isn't that beautiful? It's like a cosmic whale. Got to get the book on this. Card 21. It's the world card. Accomplishment, success, wholeness, celebration. That will be yours once you work on this. Diving deep, leaping high, whale inspires us to experience all of life and enjoy. Toning, healing frequencies that expand consciousness. Whale circles the world, reminding us that we can feel at home everywhere and always when we embrace ourselves. Peaceful, compassionate, whale signals wisdom, happiness, and spiritual awakening. In tune with the heartbeat of the universe, all that is. Whale sings with the radiance of love. Welcome home. So when you begin starting this journey towards rooting out those things, those constant programs, audio tapes in your mind, and begin shifting away and changing them to the positive, you are welcoming in your purpose. It's going to help you to come out of that energy state of constant worry and fluttering inside, which will bring you to this energy of the whale, the world. Do you see this whale swimming in a cosmic, beautiful sea, flowing in alignment with all that is? That is what you will do by simply focusing on what is happening between your ears. Ask trusted friends, hey, do you hear me saying certain things about myself like over and over? And listen, keep your mouth quiet, just listen, because they're going to tell you things that you probably won't like to hear and you're going to want to deny it. But that is what's going to help you. All right, that is your reading pile 2. I hope you enjoyed that. And it would be really wonderful for you to check out my online course, How to Communicate with Your Spiritual Guides and Guardian Angels, because with your journey, you really need their guidance, because they will help you and be right there with you, all around you, and tap your shoulder or tap your knee or tap you in some way and go, that right there, that thing right there. They will bring your awareness. There will be like a big old bubble around what you just said so that you can see. And that's them shining a light on it so that you can focus and you won't just glaze over it like always. That is part of what bringing in your spiritual family is, for them to help you. So you have an accountability partner, walking with you every day. So the link is below, and I wish you a beautiful new moon in this week. See you later. Those of you who chose pile 3. This is a reading about self-love, shadow work, focusing in on the inner child. And you received Gaia, Earth connection. The intuitive hit that I get is, it's like I see so many images, I'm trying to rush to get them out. It is as if you have turned your back on the world. It is as if you have shut down, shut out. You do exactly the things that you need to do and nothing more. You don't want any part of connection, period. It is too painful. You have gone through too much. Things have gone left, so left, that you're like, why even bother to try? Let me just stay right here. I'm not going right. I'm not going circular. I'm just staying right here. This is isolation. This is you holding yourself in one rigid space for fear that anything will come into your little space. In this card, in this sense, you are your own planet. You are not even allowing others to orbit around you. You push them away as best you can whenever you can, because it feels safe to do so. The rose quartz is your key to get out. Rose quartz is asking you to open your heart because there's a problem with the heart chakra. It is blocked. It is shut down. It has a lock and a key on it. All of these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. You're not seeing the world in those colors. You are putting bondage around them. For me, that green pops out always. And of course, since you picked inner child, that is what you must work on. You must do inner child meditations. I'll put several links below for you to safely in the privacy of your own home, or wherever you'd like to do this, where you feel safe, maybe in a garden, maybe in the woods, or in a park with your back against a tree, sit and do an inner child meditation to release some of the things deep into the earth, or at least sit in a park, put a blanket down and sit on the ground. If you can sit directly on the ground, that would be best, because if you can have connection with Gaia, with the earth, that will be the first major influx of energy to help you break up the rigidity of what you're feeling and how you're feeling right now. I don't even know where to go first from here, because it's almost as if that's all that you need to hear, but I know that I should do more. But that's really the message. Don Juan spotlights your positive, seductive qualities, shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So I would say that this has happened to you. Since this is already so heavy, romantic attraction has been used against you in the past, pulling you into this deep spiral, this deep seated rejection, isolation, stay away. And it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And you might not understand that right now I feel like crying. You have to let that at least become aware of it. Yes, you have to push it away, but it is so close around you, like this cloak around her. Yours is even tighter around you. You've got to release this. I'm sorry. This is how I feel you feel, pile 3. If you continue with this energy of isolating yourself, whether you realize it or not, intentionally, unintentionally pushing people away, you will not have the life that you came here to have. And then I'm looking at green moss agate. Do you like to garden? Are you a nature lover? Goes right along with Gaia. Sorry, the lighting is so poor. Spend more time connecting with Mother Earth. Put your hands in the soil and your bare feet in the grass. Investigate the use of nature's pharmacy, such as herbs and aromatherapy, for general health, wealth, and well-being. Angel of plants and herbs. Spend quality time in nature every day. Have an intimate connection with Mother Earth and her loving tools for natural healing. Essential oils and healing herbs will allow me to balance all aspects of my life. Pile 3, I can feel your pain. I can feel your hurt. It's like you want to connect, but you're afraid to. You are like a flower, a beautiful blooming flower that's trapped away, so you could only look at the world and only touch the glass. And pile 3, dynamic stars of pile 3, you are beautiful inside and out. I know you probably can't hear and accept that, but you are. And people see that, but they also see that you've put yourself away in some way and they don't know why. And they respect you enough not to intrude. And therefore, they keep their distance. So you are creating a situation where people feel it and they stay away. Inner child work is the only thing that will help you. You can literally visualize yourself as a young child, whatever age comes to you, that's in a cave. And there's a beautiful white glowing hand that is reaching into that opening and pulling your inner child out. And that beautiful glowing hand is attached to a beautiful glowing angel. And when the angel pulls your inner child out, the angel gives you this beautiful hug, releasing and drawing out all of the things that are keeping you prisoner of your own mind in your own life. This is a visualization that you can use in your inner child meditation to help you to release those things that happened to you at a younger age, at previous times in a past life, because some of this stuff for you is ages old, past life stuff that you've brought in and you've experienced time and time again. Pile 3, my last couple of videos, pile 3, if you've chosen it, this is a continuation of that. And you have to go deep, deep, deep to this inner child work, to work on it, to release it. Rhodochrosite, do you realize that you are magnificent? Believe in your magnificence and embrace your power. Know that you are strong enough to set boundaries with others and assert yourself in a loving manner. Allow yourself to be who you truly are, a loving and magnificent being. Get you some rhodochrosite. Wear it. Hold on to it. You see that? Angel of inner strength. It is safe for me to be powerful in loving ways. I am magnificent in every way. I have the strength to do anything I set out to do with loving intention. I am grateful for the courage to be all I can be. Oh my God, pile 3. I am feeling what you're feeling. I'm going to get you an energy card. Inner child work, inner child work. You're in a dark cave. You're being pulled out by an angel, by all that is, by the deity, the goddess, the god that you work with, by Thor, for those of you who, flow with that, the god of thunder. Maybe Thor is pulling you out of that cave. Right there. Popped out. Okay, this card came out in reverse. Financial constraints. For those of you who got this, it literally came out like this. And for me to read it, I had to turn it back around. And it says financial constraints. So because it came out in reverse, that means financial constraints are leaving you now. By you trusting in spirit and in this message, it is letting you know that the money will release. In fact, your money and the way you feel, the way you isolate yourself are connected. Once you become more loving and allow your energy to flow by trusting yourself more, your money will increase. That is why it came out in the reverse. The way you feel towards people is a reflection of the income that is coming into you. You feel that you have to work really, 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 really hard in order to get anything, when the truth of the matter is the energy that you have within you, locked within you, will attract and draw money to you, because people will come looking for you to do things with you, to network with you, to work with you, to join forces with you. But because you have isolated yourself and kept yourself in effectively bondage, that is not happening, because people sense that and they stay away. Your money is tied to how you feel. One more card for you. I will pick an affirmation card or a quotations card. Because you already have 2 crystals, rhodochrosite and green moss agate. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to live in equanimity, free of hatred and attachment. You can't make this stuff up. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness and the causes of happiness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free of suffering and its causes. It's right here. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberations. And this is from the 4 Immeasurable Thoughts. I swear I need to take a picture of it and put it right there so you can see it. I think I will. You know, it's right here. All right, I can barely breathe anymore. And that is something I need you to release. I need you to release the holding the breath indefinitely, because that is causing you a lot of problems. And you don't even realize you're holding your breath and waiting for the other shoe to drop. There's no more shoes. There's no more shoes. I saw a book, Mindfulness. Let me go and get something. There's something in there. You might want to get this book, Mindfulness, an 8-week plan for finding peace in a frantic world, by Mark Williams and Danny Penman. Forward by John Zabit-Zinn. It's tempting to use the breathing space in precisely the wrong way, as a clever way to fix things or avoid unpleasantness. In its essence, it is not an escape from daily life, not even the equivalent of a cup of tea or a cat nap, though these do have their place. Instead, the breathing space is a time to regain awareness, to gain a renewed sense of perspective, and thereby to see clearly any negative thinking patterns that may be gathering momentum in the background. This might seem like a distinction without a difference, so an analogy might help. Think back to a time you were in a horrible rainstorm. It was relentless. You didn't have a waterproof jacket or umbrella with you. To make matters worse, your shoes leaked like a sieve. After a few moments, you came across a bus shelter and relaxed a little. You felt dry and protected and a little more in control. After a while, you realized that the rain wasn't going to stop. If anything, it was getting worse. It became obvious that sooner or later, you'd have to abandon the shelter and step back into the storm. You had 2 options at this point. If you saw the shelter as a break from the rain, then you'll have spent a while cursing your misfortune and becoming more and more unsettled. You might have become annoyed with yourself for not bringing an umbrella. Your mood will have begun to sink lower as your happiness ebbed away. Your thoughts might have gone round and round in circles as you frantically tried to find a way of staying dry. In this case, the shelter will not have been a break from the storm at all, but will instead have ended up enhancing and prolonging your suffering. If, however, you saw the shelter as a breathing space, then your experience had a chance of being completely transformed. Once you realized that the storm was worsening, you might have seen the situation from a different light. You might not have liked it very much, but there was no escaping the fact that you'd soon have to step out into the rain and become soaked to the skin. You'd have seen more clearly that becoming angry and bitter about it would not keep you dry, but would instead make things worse. Wet on the outside and bitter on the inside. Once you accepted the inevitable in the sense of not resignation, but of turning toward it, then much of the suffering would have had a chance to melt away. You might have even found some quirky consolations in the experience. You might have paused to notice the unrelenting power of the raindrops and the way they bounced off the pavement to form a thick, watery mist. You might have found it interesting to watch the people scurrying in and out of doorways as they tried to avoid the rain. Or you might have noticed a cat sheltering under a car with a distasteful look on its face. You might have even felt a smile on your face. This reminds me of a meditation that I took part in years ago. It was one based on fear. And in this meditation, after you relax, they wanted you to actually experience the thing that you feared the most and sit with it. Really just sit in it and feel everything, all of the body sensations. The idea of it is that the fear wouldn't kill you. And as the fear passed, you would still be there. But now you weren't afraid anymore. You might actually have ideas of what to do and how to move and how to feel, because you went through the emotion already and it didn't kill you. And that's the goal here. The focus is you went through whatever it is you went through, and you're still here, stronger and better. In fact, you're here, and many people thought you wouldn't be. So, pile 3, that is all I have to say. This is your reading. I hope that this resonates and that this week you will work on this diligently and take a look at my online course, How to Connect with Your Spirit Guides and Your Angels, so that they can be with you as you go through this difficult challenge, which you will be successful at. Listen to that mindfulness exercise. It's in how you view what it is you're dealing with, not about the thing itself. A lot of things happen to a lot of people, but there are those who rise and those who fall from the same experience. Which one will you be? Wishing you all the best, and I will see you in the next video.